Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Paula Robbins, and I am the founder of Consciouspreneurs International. And today I am so grateful to be here with Nicci Berry Williams. She is of legendberryhealth.com, and Nicci is a Reiki master. She is a yoga instructor. She knows health and has made it fun for her family, for herself, and for many people who are kind of tuning in to her powerful message. She's a Juice Plus distributor. If you don't know what that is, she is certainly somebody you should reach out to. This is a decades old health product that's a very, very powerful, good for you, fun to use product with a lot of variety. So I'm so pleased to have you here. I love your spirit. I love your energy. I love your glow. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this today.
Thank you, Paula, for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, of course. So let's talk first and foremost a little bit about where you turned the corner. So I know that, part of your story was that you were not feeling well. You were struggling with a lot of different health issues that really kind of pushed you into deeper research and deeper awareness. What can I do? So let's talk a little bit about that. What happened?
Yeah, awesome. So I have to backpedal a little ways to when I was 6. I was diagnosed with scoliosis, and then I started seeing a chiropractor. Unfortunately, things didn't progress the right way, and at 14, 3 weeks before my freshman year into high school, I had to get surgery, and I had to get 2 rods placed in my back, and that is when the chronic pain began. And from about that point on, I struggled with addiction to painkillers, Vicodin, and the such. And then eventually, after turning 21, that turned into self-medicating with alcohol as well. Mm-hmm. And so to say I was on the path of self-destruction was an understatement. I was drinking almost daily just to take the edge off of the pain. I was eating whatever I wanted. My acne was atrocious. I felt like a 14-year-old girl when I was 25. I would get 3 or 4 sinus infections a year. They would go down into my chest and they would settle there, and I would end up on antibiotics at least 3 to 4 times a year. And I just felt awful, but I felt like this was normal. I saw everyone else experiencing similar things, and I just thought, well, this is as good as it gets, and this is just normal. Well, I got pregnant at 26, and I had a decision to make. I could either continue to be a victim, that everything was happening to me, or I could get healthy for myself and my baby. And I chose the latter. I did a complete 180. I started fueling my body, and I started reading and doing personal development courses like my life depended on it. And so when my daughter was 18 months, a friend of mine introduced me to Juice Plus, and it totally changed the game for myself and my entire family. I started researching like crazy. I was researching what we put on our skin. I was researching what we ate, the supplements that we were taking, what I was taking into my mind on a daily basis, the news especially.
Right.
This all led me to how important quality research is on products that we put into our bodies, especially with our children. And after taking Juice Plus, we started craving fruits and vegetables, but the really big thing that changed us the most was the community. I was around like-minded people who were helping other people, and we were on a mission. I became a mom on a mission to empower families to lead healthier lives through mind, body, and soul, all around the complete package. And I'm so thankful for all of these changes. And I'm so thankful for my past and going through all of that in order to get where I am today.
I say that so often, our struggles and our trials and our failures, a lot of the time are our credentials. Those are the things that were the most powerful educators to take us into how am I walking now in greater health and greater consciousness. So I love it. So I'm sure that you've got like a few steadfast practices, things that you've really held to as far as, what are some health practices that you've developed that you really stick to now?
Yeah. So at first it was just a few because that's how we start, right? One simple
Yeah.
change at a time, just one simple change at a time is how I typically get people to start. But now I am completely plant-based, and so is my family for the most part. We eat 95% organic. We are completely gluten-free. Our processed food is to a minimum. I exercise daily, along with yoga and meditation daily. Quieting the mind is huge. I also practice Reiki on my family and my surroundings daily. I read. Actually, these days I listen. Audible is my best friend these days. I take courses, and I am steadfast, like, in my personal development always, because I'm always moving towards something better, because there's always room for growing. And I do hypnotherapy on a regular basis as well.
I love it. I'm so pleased to hear that. That's, you sound like you've got like this ideal walk that so many people who understand personal development would love to really hone and master. So, I don't know that any of us ever feel like we've mastered it. You've got a few things in there that I know I try to do, but what would be the things, if you could say, like, here's three things that I think are the most beneficial for anyone to kind of transition into and apply to their daily life, what would they be?
I would say I would try and add at least one more fruit or vegetable into your diet every single day. We're supposed to eat 7 to 13 servings. No one does. I would also try meditating. My favorite app for that is Insight Timer. It has a ton of free
Me
meditations.
too.
It's awesome. You can just set a timer, or you can listen to a guided meditation. Guided meditations is where to start. They are the best for sure. And I would say go on to YouTube and try yoga. Try just moving your body in a different way than you're used to. Or if you feel like that's too big of a leap for you, go for a 20-minute walk every day and just commit to moving your body every single day.
Totally agree. I'm a big fan of Insight Timer. You can friend me on Insight Timer.
Awesome.
And I do just the quiet time. I do prayer and meditation every single day, and I am in love with that practice. I agree, big fan of all of my organics, and I don't care who pokes or prods. It's my walk, and I'm proud of it. And as far as the movement, I want to throw this out there. I love yoga, but I am not a daily practitioner. I like some of the more intense workouts. So I do like some of the like bar extreme and some of the HIIT programs. And you can get those for 10 minutes. You can get those for 12 minutes. My boyfriend and I go for walks. So there's so many ways to incorporate simple commitment to movement every day. So we are so on the same page. I love this.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
And also keep in mind the best, it doesn't matter what you're doing with the movement, the best exercise is the one that you'll do on a daily basis. It doesn't matter, like you said, if it's walking or the hardcore, whatever you're going to do on a daily basis. So yeah, I love it.
I do too. I do too. And it's been such a pleasure to kind of watch you kind of come into your own as a consciouspreneur, as a business owner, and develop like, what are my offerings and what is my message, and what part of my story do I want to share? And as you've been developing this over this last few years, what would be a piece of advice that you would offer to other consciouspreneurs? What's something that you really feel you have valued from and learned in your own walk?
So I would really tell people to dive deep into your courses that you've created. They're going to help you they're going to help you align with who you really are. so that you can attract your ideal tribe, which will lead you to just an amazing, fulfilling life and also having a successful business. So just do the work. Do the work that Paula has set up so beautifully in her courses, and you will reap the benefits in many ways.
Thank you so much. That's a really, really valuable compliment, because this is my life's work, putting all of this together. I've been, in a business capacity for almost 30 years, in a spiritual learning, growing consciousness for, almost 33 years. And I've really intended to create this beautiful marriage for people. And, I love that little simplicity. Just apply some of these tools and learn how to make that marriage work for you, because it creates such an impact in the world. So thank you. That's so cool. So how do we find you? Let's throw that out there. And anything that is shared as far as how to contact Nicci will be in the description for this interview. But what's something that you want people to know? How can they reach you? Is there anything in specific you're kind of working on right now?
Yeah. So Legendberry Health would be the best way to reach me. I'm also on Facebook, Legendberry Health, as well as Instagram as well. And right now, I've really been enjoying doing Reiki and crystal grids and healing people's spaces for them. It reduces stress, allows them to sleep better, and it's been a really fun tool for me to add to my tool bag. And the reviews that I'm getting back are awesome. People are loving it. It just allows them to be free to align more and to focus more on their goals. So that's one of the favorite things that I'm doing now. And I can do that long distance or in person, since we're in Denver right now. So yeah.
Very cool. I love that. And, it's something that is so critical when we focus on that energy of our being and of our space. The ability to manage our schedule for exercise, to choose healthier foods, to stay more productive and focused in our efforts to impact the world or be prosperous. Those are the things that it really starts all right here. So beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Well, I'm so grateful to get to share with you and, share you with the world and whoever is watching or listening. And just such a pleasure to have you. This is Nicci Berry Williams of legendberryhealth.com. And I am just so grateful for your time. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Paula. I appreciate it.